Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at the biggest red flags people saw at a wedding. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. The pastor at the wedding, in front of a couple hundred people, said, "Can you believe that just 2 months ago, bride's name was in my house crying because she was so lonely and wanted to be married so badly? And now look at her 2 months later, getting married to a guy she met the next day. Even her elderly grandmother laughed out loud." 2 months later and then she got married? Wait, 2 months? 2 months is kind of quick. Very quick, actually. I feel like I can't get to know someone in 2 months. That's way too early. I mean, I guess it really depends on people and how they feel about that person. Attended a wedding where the bride talked not about her love for him or how great he is, but more about how he changed so much of his personality for her and how that made everything perfect. That's what she talked about? She was like, this guy is amazing because he changed himself for me. Actually, that doesn't sound that bad. Okay, this guy is amazing because he changed his personality to fit mine. Oh, I guess that's bad for him, but good for her because I guess it shows how much he loves her. But he's losing his identity, kinda. What happens if she's no longer around? What happens if they don't work out? How is he gonna feel now that he changed so much about himself and they're not together anymore? That's bad. The groom had the ring in his pocket but forgot which one, and the bride, visually annoyed, said, "That's the kind of guy I'm marrying." They divorced within the year. She got pissed about that? That's so awkward, honestly. Yeah. It must be so awkward seeing the bride and the groom kind of get annoyed at each other during their wedding. I would just be like, oh no. That's just awkward. I worked as a county prosecutor. I did a sentencing where the guy was sent to prison for about 2 years. As I was walking out of the courtroom, his girlfriend asked the judge to marry her to her boyfriend, who was going to prison. Judge said she needed a marriage license and there was a 2-day waiting period. He was basically telling her not to marry the guy. She pulls out the marriage license. The judge then says, "You need 2 witnesses." She was alone. The dude's attorney grabbed me by the arm and enthusiastically volunteered us to be the witnesses. She got married to the dude before he went to prison? I'm so confused. How long? I mean, well, it doesn't say how long he's in prison for, but still. Why? So what? I mean, wouldn't it be better to wait for him to go out and then get married? I guess it doesn't change anything, does it? I don't know. I was a bridesmaid in a wedding, and right after the ceremony, the bride told me this wasn't actually a wedding because the groom couldn't get married as he was still married to someone else. She was 3 months pregnant and was throwing a fake wedding to please her religious family and collect money/gifts. So that was cool. They divorced within a year. Oh, well, it wasn't a real wedding, so they divorced within a year. A fake wedding, just to please her family. A fake wedding. He was married to someone else and he got her pregnant? Does his actual wife know or not? I mean, this is just wrong in general, but At the end of the ceremony, she changed into an extremely fancy going away outfit, tight and purple and laced up down the sides. He changed into an old t-shirt and shorts that reeked of stale student bachelor sweat and said, "Oh, I didn't know we were dressing up." She gave him a look of the purest hatred and disgust. They separated 6 months later. I don't know how I feel about these. Like, this is just 2 people doing things and one getting annoyed at the other because the other is just not as thoughtful, you know? What? Groom was sending texts to a very uninterested bridesmaid all night. Groom was also more interested in getting wasted with his buddies than being with the bride. There were also red flags before the wedding. No surprise they were divorced in less than a year. So he was more interested in the bridesmaid than the bride? That is for sure a red flag. Did the bridesmaid tell the bride? Is that why they got divorced less than a year? I mean, even then, I feel like, you know, weddings are supposed to be like happy because you're gonna spend the rest of your life with them. But then if you feel sad and bad at a wedding, you know you're not gonna be able to spend your life with them. Like, if I was in this situation and I didn't feel good about my own wedding, I think I would just be like, oh my gosh, I think this isn't it. Like, I can't. Because a wedding is so important for two people to feel good about each other, you know? But if you feel bad about them, how are you going to spend your life with them? The groom wouldn't stop talking about the marriage like it was a prison sentence. He incessantly went on about how it was the end of his freedom and how he was going to be tied down to the ball of chain now. They were divorced in just under a year. Everyone here is getting divorced under a year. Wait, he talked about that at the wedding? That was his speech? He was like, you know, this is the end of my freedom. I'm not looking forward to this. I hate this. This is like sending me to a prison. What? Okay. Why would you get married if that's how you feel then? Like, huh? The groom forgot the bride's name during his toast to her and called her a similar but very different name. It lasted 2 years. How do you forget your bride's name? You're getting married to this person and you forget the name and you call them a different name. I would be so heartbroken. Oddly, the wedding where the bride started labor during the reception is going strong 10 years later. Oh. It was absolutely a shotgun wedding. Her father pretty much told him either man up and marry her or get out of her life so she could find the kid a real father. I like the father. Honestly, I like the father. Like, yeah, dude, man up. Or let her go so she can find someone she can be with, you know? He worked for a few years, got injured, and became a stay-at-home dad while she worked. This is not a dig at him in the least. He's a great dad and seems to be a great husband. Their home is always clean enough to be healthy, cluttered enough to be comfortable, and he cooks dinner 6 nights a week so his wife can come home and relax after work. That's nice. Plus, while he was working, she was going to school for her special education certification, and he never once tried to discourage her or imply that it was a stupid job to want the way her mother did. But yeah, when your water breaks during the father-daughter dance, things will be said. Wow. I mean, it didn't sound like the marriage life was that bad. He was like pretty good. She posted on Facebook that it was the worst day of her life. I thought weddings were supposed to be the best day of your life. That's a red flag, okay? That's definitely a red flag. If you're not happy during the wedding, oh no. Groom was clearly having a good time. Bride was visibly uncomfortable. When it came time for vows, the groom had a long list and read it off nicely. The bride said something along the lines of, I'm just gonna wing it. Basically, you're my best friend. And trade off soon after. She didn't even spend an effort to like write a speech or like, you know, say anything else. You're my best friend, that's it. You're in the friend zone. I'm kidding. The husband slept with one of the bridesmaids a week before the wedding. Did anyone tell the bride? I'm guessing they did because people know. There are so many stories about people cheating before a wedding. Why would you want to get married then? What? Groom was making out with a bridesmaid while his new bride proceeded to get blackout drunk and cry in the corner. These are all a disaster. If I was there as a person that was invited to the wedding and I saw this, I'll be like, huh? Is this a wedding or is this a club, you know, like what's going on? The bride and groom got in an argument post-reception and the bride ran away. Oh, hell no. What's gonna happen to the people at the wedding? They're just gonna be sitting there and I guess the groom has to be like, there's no wedding today. Sorry. The groom refused to get dressed and wore a black t-shirt and sneakers. The bride looked incredible in her gown and he looked like he was popping to the shops for a package of ciggies. I mean, did they talk about this beforehand? Because I know some weddings that are just really chill and they don't care about the dress code. But honestly, it is cool to show that you respect the bride by dressing nicely as well. But I mean, if they talked about it beforehand and that's what happened, and she doesn't care. That's all good. I saw the newly married couple step out of an elevator and he accidentally stepped on her dress. She snapped and turned around yelling, "Do that again and see what happens." He was stone-faced and without saying anything immediately went to the bar for a beer. Oh, he knows. He's like, oh no, what did I get myself into? Well, she snapped. Oh my gosh. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.